Hey everybody, Tim Burchett. Snowmageddon. Obviously we didn't get that 14 inches that they called for. Every time they make one of those predictions, the people in Tennessee just kind of laugh because they know it. If it the only predictions you're going to make is sticking your head out the window if it's snowing. Hey, it's snowing. It's not. It's not. But anyway, I, yeah, a lot of people are asking, how in the world do we put all that garbage? How does it stay in there in these bills? The transgender stuff, the crazy immigration stuff. I'll tell you how it works. First of all, you don't have any guts. Second of all, the members don't have any guts. Second of all, a House member will say, well, I'll have to vote for this because my senator needs this funding for some apparatus in some hospital. But to get it, guess what? They got to pay for a bunch of other garbage, like transgender surgery and other things. I'll tell you, it's not as bad as it was under Biden, but it doesn't need to be in there. Hey, there goes the geese. That's cool. But that's what happens. And it's a trade off, and it's no good, and it stinks. We just need the guts to say enough is enough and stop it. 38 trillion, almost 39 trillion in debt. Trading off these dadgum votes is not the way it should work. But unfortunately, that's what's happening. We got to do better. We got to start holding folks accountable. And we keep saying congressmen need to read the bills. I believe they're reading the bills and they know what's in it and they're hoping you all just don't catch it. And that's what's going on. It's better than it was. It's a heck of a lot better than under Biden, but we got to do better. We got a country to save, and the route we're going is not saving our country. Thank y'all for sending me here.
He's absolutely right. Welcome to the J.J. Carrell Show. Tim Burkett from Tennessee. We have a country to save. I believe that. I also believe what he said. All the congressmen, they've read the bill, or at least they know what's in the bill, and they sign it, hoping that you'll never know. They signed a bill that allows the government to turn off our cars whenever they want. We're $39 trillion in debt. We're racing to $40 trillion by the end of the year. We're not 38, 39, 40 trillion in debt. They stole it. They stole it. We shouldn't be paying income tax. We shouldn't be paying state tax. We have more than enough money in America. We've given it away because we've allowed it to be flown out of our country. $40 million a week to the Taliban, still going on. Pallets upon pallets upon pallets of cash. Somalis are bringing $1 million a day outside of our country. What is happening for Americans? What are they doing for us? Nothing. Have you ever driven across the nation and gone through our interstate system? Have you been into some of our airports? Have you gone to some of our schools? They're falling apart. Literally falling apart. Why? Because we don't have enough money. Do you remember when Alejandro Mayorkas said FEMA just doesn't have enough money to help the people in North Carolina after hurricane? Well, why was that, Mr. Alejandro Mayorkas, the naturalized citizen, the Jewish nationalized citizen from the communist nation of Cuba? Well, why, sir? Well, because we gave it all to the illegal aliens. If you believe that there is a right or a left, you're a fool. If you believe there is a Republican and Democrat, you're a fool. Those lines have been drawn in the sand, and now they are simply Americans versus the anti-Americans, the people that love our country and the people that hate our country. It's hard to hear, I know. They are passing bills against our betterment. They can give billions upon billions of dollars to Israel, hundreds of billions to Ukraine. tens of billions of dollars to the Middle East, Mexico. You name the country, 174 nations are receiving foreign aid. At the same time, they tell us they can't give us a rebate from the tariffs of $2,000. At the same time, the next day, Mr. Burkett, signs a bill that gives billions more to Israel, billions more to Ukraine. Wait a minute. What happened to my money? You said you didn't have any money. And you like to frame it in the term rebate. It's not a rebate. You're actually refunding me my effing money that you effing stole. Could you imagine if we cut off all foreign aid, all of it, to everybody, and we focused on Americans? Over 174 out of 194 nations receive foreign aid. Do you know how many nations give us money? Honestly, this is a fair question. Do you know how many countries outside of America give foreign aid to the United States of America? Come on, guess. Zero. Zero forever. And when America falls, if she falls, do you think anyone's going to come help us? The answer is no. What has happened to America? What has happened to her? How did we get to this point where we take care of everyone else except us? And then we keep voting the same people in that keep taking money from us and leave us hanging high and dry. You know, there's days where you're just like, I've had it. Like, I'm tired. I am pissed off. And I don't want to do this anymore. Some of those days, I feel that way. I look around and I see the corruption. Maybe you don't. Maybe you live a different life than I do. I see it. Then I look at my bank account and I look at my financial standing and I look at where I believe I should be. And I think, how in God's name does it cost me that much to live? I do the same damn thing every day. I want to have a nice car, but I don't trade it in every year for the new model. I just keep it. I pay it off and it's my car. I like a nice house. I'm not going to spend $5 million for a house, but I like a nice house. I wear the same damn thing all the time. I eat the same damn food all the time. My wife is very simple like me. My son, I have one son. He's a normal kid. He likes clothes and stuff, but we're not going to Europe. We're not going 21-day European vacation. We like to go to the beach. California, Florida. We just like to go to the beach. We're very simple. Get a couple rental cars, drive around, get donuts in the morning, eat pizza at night, sit at the beach all day, see some friends and family. That's our lives. Very simple. But the cost of living has increased so much that it is oppressive. If you would have told me when I retired when I joined the Border Patrol and said, hey man, in 24 years, you're going to retire, and this is how much you're going to make in your pension, 401k, and all that, I would have said, whoa, are you kidding me? I'm going to be wealthy. I think I'm going to have a lot of money. No, dude. That's going to just pay for living. What are you talking about? Yeah, you're going to probably have little less disposable income than you do now. That's what's happened. They devalued our dollar. They made us poorer. They being our government. And when you begin to learn history and understand history, look, I'm ignorant. I'm going to just tell you straight up. The more I learn, the more that I learn, I am just astounded at how ignorant I am. There's so much that's going on, that has gone on, that has led us to this point that it's almost impossible to wrap your brain around. So every time I hear something, I'm like, dear God, how did I not know that? And then I fact check it and I go and look for another source and I'm like, holy cow, that's true. How did I know? I don't get the feeling of, Now I know the truth. You know what I feel? I have this overwhelming feeling of, what else don't I know? Not know. How did I not know this? This is like common sense. It's right in front of my face. Of course, this is what they did. And I fall back and I go, oh no, what more do you not understand? So I dive and keep diving into knowledge and more knowledge and more knowledge, and I'm never going to get there. I think I'm a smart guy. I'm not the smartest. I know that. I know what my strengths and weaknesses are. I'm very aware of it. I'm my harshest critic. My harshest critic. You say, you shouldn't say those things. You should do your show different. This is how it needs to be, and you need to do this better, enunciate that. I'm already ahead of you, buddy. I know it. I critique myself like I'm my strongest critic in everything, being a father, being a husband, being a border patrol agent, being back in law enforcement, the way I do my podcast business, everything. I'm extremely critical. So I know what my strengths are. Being the smartest guy in the room ain't one of them. Being the best decision maker in the room is absolutely one of them. Being someone that can digest information and then turn around and make it make it articulable to other people and then make decisions. But I'm telling you, the United States of America has been sold. You don't think it has been sold? Do you know how many factories have closed since we got this NAFTA? Do you know how many manufacturing factories closed? Do you know how many people lost jobs? And then our retort to those poor people is learn how to code. Well, I can't learn to code because you just brought in hundreds of thousands of Indians with fake diplomas. You just brought in 600,000 Chinese students into our colleges. You've sold us out, America. You sold us out. Here's someone, I don't know if I love them, like them, love them. I don't know. Chip Roy. But just listen to him talk about how they sold out America through illegal immigrants.
Occur. The Somali community knew full well what they were doing. It's a part of an enterprise-wide effort that's global, tied to the United Nations, tied to world organizations, NGOs, our own taxpayer dollars that are being used against us while we import people to be put on the welfare state, to be put on Medicaid, and to take taxpayer money. It's fraud that has to be stopped, and people need to be removed, deported, denaturalized, and sent back to Somalia.
Yep, I agree, sir. I agree. But I know you guys are going to do nothing. I know that nothing's going to happen to the Somalians. I know you want me to sit here and go, I'm telling you that everybody's going to go back and they're going to make America great again and blah, blah, blah. Nope, I'm not going to tell you that. I'm not going to tell you it because it's not true. Do you know that in my entire 24-year career in the United States Border Patrol, I maybe heard the word denaturalized less than 3 times? It was not even discussed. It's now talked about openly. Americans want these people out. However, there is a significant size of Americans that want America to die. Minneapolis, for example. We have complete states that are allowing illegal aliens to be police officers. Carry a weapon. Do you know illegal alien can't carry a weapon? It's a felony. A felony. A federal felony. They tell us that illegal aliens can't vote, and yet we import people, and they vote in first, right off the boat, immigrants that came from their community. Well, how's that possible? You're not allowed to vote, but they do. Here's a sheriff in California, San Joaquin County, that's going to tell you, yeah, illegal aliens are voting. The whole elections are rigged. Let's listen to what he has to say. I find it fascinating because I love truth.
The way the voting system is structured, we see quite a few flaws. You're able to register even if and cast a vote if you don't live in the country, as evident of his brother in Pakistan. I think we have some evidence of 2 or 3 other people out of the country that voted. Is that correct?
Yeah, approximately 2 or 3 other people out of the country, as well as people residing outside of the district.
Okay. The online voter registration system, it seems to be an honor system. Anybody can put in.
Okay. Listen to what that man just said, that sheriff, who I like. The mail-in ballot's an honor system. We're no longer a first world high trust society. We're a third world country. We have third world problems. It may be dressed up real nice, and because we have a lot of white people and a lot of intelligent black people that are trying to make America stay the same, and it's dressed up nice, but it's not. You've imported tens of millions of retarded third worlders. What do you think is going to happen? That we're going to live in harmony? We're all going to get around a campfire and talk about how great diversity is?
Information in there to register to vote. All you have to do is click a box and say that you're not lying, and then you'll get an email from the Secretary of State or something in the mail saying, thank you for registering to vote. And there you are. Once you're on the voter rolls, anytime an election comes around, guess what? You get mailed a ballot, right? You get mailed something to vote. So we found that a little bit problematic.
California is an absolute shithole. I lived there. Man. When I moved there, I was just like, I remember calling my father. I swear. Okay, I'm going to tell you a quick story. I called my father and I said, Dad, you're never going to believe this. Number one, I love this place, San Diego. I love it. I said, I was driving home from work, swing shift, got off at midnight, and I'm driving up Interstate 5, Dad, this major interstate, and their street sweepers are sweeping the shoulders of the interstate, Dad. I said, can you believe that? Now it's just graffiti, homeless, transgender. $5.50, $6, $7 a gallon of gas. Properties that are shacks because they can't build houses because of snowy plover or whatever. Houses are in the millions of dollars for 800 square feet of garbage. And I played that guy, the sheriff of San Joaquin Valley, because I've said this many, many times. The law enforcement apparatus that is going to save the United States of America is our sheriffs. The law enforcement agency that is going to save our nation is going to be the sheriffs. They are the most patriotic. They have the most AOR, area of operation coverage. They have the most authority, and they're voted by the American public. They are tied to no one. They don't have to bend a knee for mayors, city council, congressmen, presidents. They are their own man. Powerful. But let's go back to America and what has happened to her. It's very complex what they've done, and yet is very simple. They dumbed us down, they propagandized us, they stole our money, and they brought in our replacements. Here's Sean Ryan's show. This man, Robinson. Scary what he's uncovered in Maine.
It's economic terrorism backed by nation states. It needs to be treated just like you would treat any act of terrorism. We have a major player in Little Mogadishu in Lewiston, who is right now the sitting finance minister of Jubaland, Somalia. His name is Hussein Hirsi Ahmed. He arrived in Lewiston in the early 2000s. And he builds this money transmitting business. Eventually he buys the commercial real estate that becomes a very important building to other Somali groups. There's 4 home healthcare businesses at this office, along with a Dahab Shield, which is the preferred money transmission service of the Central Bank of Somalia. And it's co-located with a bunch of Medicaid-funded businesses in downtown Portland. When we were there to visit, I tried to wire $40. They didn't let me. But as we're leaving, we see the Brinks truck guys walk out with bags of cash and get in their truck and walk away. And it's like, this is the life cycle of the main taxpayer dollar. It goes into the government, goes down through Medicaid, into these companies, it goes to the Dahab Shield, and then it goes on the Brinks truck and eventually finds its way back to Jubaland, Somalia.
Finds his way to Somalia. And what have you gotten? Did you get any money back? in your tax return for 2025? Are you paying? Are you paying? What is it that America gets? Can anybody, I don't know, could anybody tell me what America gets? What does America get out of all of our taxation? That comes to over 50% of your income. They just take it out different ways, because if I took it out 50% right off the bat on every paycheck every 2 weeks, you would flip out. But if I can nickel and dime you to 50%, and you and I sit here and wonder, I can't make it anymore. I can't make it anymore. But what do we get? Do we get better subway system? Do we get more police? More jails? Do we get better schools? State-of-the-art airports? Are roads and bridges all up to date? Are our cities clean? No. We get nothing. Are you tired, America? Are you tired of working your ass off and getting nothing in return? Are you? I am. Let's look at Chicago. It's a minute 35. I want you to see what has happened to America, because it is shocking.
Hey, do this. Knock on that door. Knock on that door.
I'm away. Got it. I bet he will.
How in the hell is that acceptable? That's Chicago. It could have been New York, could have been Portland, Washington, New Jersey, Philly, Boston. Do you think it's okay? Do you watch that and think that this is good for America? The wealthiest nation on planet Earth. This is good. Having homeless, drug addicts, criminals, people that are just on the fringes of society, living in subway carts that are freezing, filth, people urinating, defecating. Why is this allowed? Honestly, why? How? And why is this allowed? Why can't I go on a subway and feel as if I'm going to be accosted? I'm going to be destroyed. Why is this okay? It's okay because we allowed it to happen. That's why. It's that way because we've allowed our nation to be destroyed. Because we allowed the American man the Christian American man, I call them cams. The cams allowed our country to fall. Do I blame do I find the white Karens to be insufferable? Yes. Do I see the black on black crime or the black on white crime as unnerving and maddening? Yes. Do I get pissed when I see Somalians taking money that the level of money I would never ever be able to get my hands on, no matter how hard I freaking work, but they have suitcases full of millions of dollars every day? When I live in a country that is corrupt to the core, when I live in a country that is sexually perverse, morally bankrupt, do you think that I'm the only one? Do you think that there is not a growing group of us that are literally boiling to the point that we are going to lash out? And when that does happen, I swear to you, I swear this will happen. People will say, I just don't know what happened. How did we get here in America? How did that happen? I like this guy's take on everything that's happening. This is one, just a side note, this is what I love about X and social media. I don't want to hear the talking heads. Don't really care what they have to say, to be honest with you. The average American has more intellect, has more passion. They're more raw. And you get a absolute feeling on the ground level. When you watch videos like this, you don't wonder, I wonder what this guy really feels like. You watch Sean Hannity, you watch all those other guys, MSNBC and all the other mental patients. You really like, I don't even know what that guy believes in. This guy, I know exactly what he believes in.
Right now, we're seeing a giant cultural shift when it comes to politics. What we're seeing currently is no longer Republican, Democrat. We're no longer seeing that. What we're starting to see currently at this present time is basically Americans and the left. And I know there's going to be a group of people on the left that don't want to hear that. They're going to sit here. They're going to call me right wing. They're going to call me a bunch of shit. But the problem is, you've pushed people like myself that are independent registered voters so far away that we're never even going to look to the left again, ever again. It would take a fucking fantasy. It would take a fucking pipe dream in order for me to ever even look in the left's direction again. You guys have done everything you can to bastardize anything normal in this country. You've bastardized people having kids. You've bastardized straight couples. You've bastardized men and women wanting to stay in their separate bathrooms. You've bastardized people trying to keep sexual education away from children. What the fuck is going on with the left, bro? You've bastardized us wanting to keep the country safe. You've bastardized people being patriotic. You've bastardized people waving the American fucking flag. You've bastardized being a fucking American. How can I ever vote in your direction again?
You felt it. You feel it. You feel it when all the talking heads talk to you? No. That guy, I don't know his name. I don't know where he's from. I have no idea. What I do know is that he's had it. What I do know is there is a change in America. You can't. What are you going to do? You're going to line yourself? Well, I always love this. Well, JJ, you know what, man, you're really black pill, and I think you kind of need to reach across the aisle. And oh, really? Oh, I always play along. You know what? I've been really thinking about that. Why don't you help me? Where do I meet them in the middle? What subject should I meet them in the middle? Abortion? They want to kill the baby as the head crowns the vagina, and in the vaginal canal, it's coming out. They want to shunt the brain there? So the halfway point would be 4.5 months. So I need to meet them halfway and let them kill babies at 4.5 months. Silence. I like closed borders, 100% sealed, because I like to know who's coming in and out of my house and keep my family safe. So you want me to meet them halfway? So we'll keep half the southern border and half the northern border wide open. They like to mutilate their children's bodies, put them on all kinds of puberty blockers, rip their breast off, castrate them. So they like to do that around 8, 9, 10. I don't think anyone should do that. I think it should be at least until they're adult. So where do we meet? 14, 13, they're allowed to castrate, rip the breast off. I don't want any foreign aid. So what am I supposed to do? We're supposed to allow us to not go in more debt every year and slow down the debt and continually increase the debt into $50 trillion just slower. I believe that white women, crazy Karens, should be able to go and run over police officers and ICE and Border Patrol. I believe people can be lawless as they want and do whatever they want. Where am I meeting them? Where's that halfway point? And there's always silence. And I look at them finally and go, I'm not meeting anybody anywhere. I'm all in America. You don't like it? Maybe you win. Maybe I win. Maybe there's enough of me to destroy you. Have you ever thought of that? Has anybody out there thought of that? The enemy we're facing are insignificant. The men that we are facing wear dresses. They're transvestites. They think they have to put a tampon in their body somehow because they're menstruating. The women are childless. They're angry. They're bitter. They're dried up like a prune. And they have to lash out somewhere. These last couple of days, it's been difficult to watch this play out in Minnesota and play out all across our country, and watch our politicians overseas making deals in Davos and talking about Greenland and talking about Venezuela and talking about Israel. How about we focus solely on America? Could we possibly, it's just an idea, do you think maybe we could do like a 30-day trial? You know, like when you're trying to kick a habit, be drinking or biting your fingernails or drinking soda or whatever it is. Like, I want to stop. Then I'm going to try 30 days. Oh my gosh, it's going to kill me. But I think 30 days, they say 30 days is that's when it breaks the habit. Could we focus for 30 days and just focus on America? No one else. No, 193 other nations. Nobody gets any money. No one gets time, talent, or treasure from us. We're going to solely focus on America. 30 days. We can't focus on America for one day. What has happened to America? America's been sold. That's it. America's been sold. Please support the sponsors that support this show. One of them is sat123.com. We are having a blizzard. It's the tail end of the blizzard, but we're still having freezing cold. Freezing cold. I drive to work very, very early in the morning. There's cars on the side of the road. Their lights are still on, so they just skid off. Maybe they can call loved ones. Maybe they can't. Maybe when you're maybe all of the electricity and power went back on in Texas and South Carolina and Tennessee and now into Colorado. I don't know. But what I do know, when that happens to me, I've already gone to sat123.com and got my generator, got my sat phone, got my Faraday pack, got my bulletproof backpack for my son. You want to be prepared? Then you go to sat123.com/JJ, sat123.com/JJ, and just go on the website. Just do me that solid. Just go to the website. You'll be shocked. How-to videos, great customer service. I'm proud that they're my sponsor. sat123.com/JJ. I briefly mentioned this next topic. Oh boy. Oh boy. They are a cancer in our society, an absolute cancer in our society. What am I talking about? Well, I'm talking about Karens. And more specifically, so I can really, really get down into what I mean. Who are these Karens? They are the vile, vile white women in our culture. These are the women that have, you know what? I'm going to lay this. Here's my theory. I don't have any medical data to prove it. Okay? But I believe it's going to be founded to be true soon. These white women have murdered their babies. They've had multiple abortions. They proudly state it's not, I'm not guessing. They've had multiple abortions. So now that's surgery. Like that's massive surgery and you are destroying your womb. Then you are on absolute powerful narcotics to make sure that you don't get pregnant. Birth control. Then you can't have babies. You can't find anybody to love you. So you get on what? Antidepressants. So you've had multiple abortions. This destroyed your uterus, your womb, destroyed your insides. You have psychological pain from killing a child, no matter what you think or what you try to say outwardly. You have pain and suffering. You mask it with antidepressants. You're on birth controls. You don't even know you've been on birth control since you were a teenager, preteen. And now they're childless. And now we're wondering, why are they crazy? Well, dear God, they have brutalized themselves for decades. What do you think they're going to be? How do you think they're going to act? They're going to act exactly how I'm going to show you. They are insufferable individuals.
Hear more. Let's listen in here to this protester.
In God's image, in Jesus' image, we welcome the stranger. Go home.
Okay.
Go.
Saying go home.
Okay. They're so mentally deranged, they don't even have any understanding of what they're saying. She's sitting there spouting about Jesus being welcoming, and her next exclamation is, go home. Wait a minute, sweetheart. You just said Jesus said, let's love everybody. Let's be welcoming. Now you just told me to go home. What is it, Karen?
They are telling ICE to go home. This has been the battle cry of these protesters in Minneapolis, even before the Renee Good shooting. And then it just skyrocketed after, and it has been heightened now again. This is a powder keg situation.
It's a powder keg situation. You know what's, it's not really a powder keg situation. It's a bunch of beta males that are transvestites and a bunch of stupid ass Karens. We've gone to war and destroyed all kinds of massive, powerful armies. Are you telling me that I have to sit here and deal with Karens? That's what I'm worried about. Are Karens white, insufferable nut jobs I mean, I have these to play over. I mean, I have endless ones. I could play these until I'm 900 years old. They're insufferable. God, they're so insufferable. Listen, this is one. This is a Connecticut teacher that resigned over Snapchat video where she was threatening to harm Trump supporters. And she later breaks down and she's like, the comments were misinterpreted. No, you're a mental patient. You are on high narcotics. You probably brutalized your womb. You probably had at least 4 abortions, and you're a mental patient.
If you voted for Trump, literally, please delete me, block me, get rid of everything of me, or step to me so that I know what's up and then I can handle you how I see fit. Just because you won doesn't mean we don't remember who the blank you voted for. You're not in the clear. Please, please don't test your gangster on me because you will end on a stretcher, gone forever. What does that mean exactly?
Yeah, so
it
that
sounds like a threat.
It sounds
What does that mean exactly? Is that the greatest line you've ever heard from an interviewer? After he lays out all these vile things, he says, what do you mean exactly?
sounds very extreme. And again, I was in a moment of high emotions and I shouldn't have ever
Oh, no, a woman that has high emotions. Oh, that's interesting.
posted the video. But what the message I was trying to get across, and it came off very wrong, was, if this is going to give people the almost permission in their minds to enact violence against women or anybody, I wanted to basically just say, I'm not going to go down without a fight. I mean, it's my life's dream.
Oh, here comes the crying about being a live stream, about being a teacher and indoctrinating students and changing their lives. Get ready for the tears. I love it.
To be a teacher, I consider those kids my kids because I don't have any.
Oh, hold on a second. Is my theory coming true? Let me back that up just a little bit so we make sure that we have the exact thing about they're my children. And why are they number one, they're not your children, sweetheart. They have mommies and daddies. You ain't a mommy and daddy or mommy. I wonder why, ma'am. You want to tell us?
Dream to be a teacher. I consider those kids my kids because I don't have any of my own.
Why would that be? Huh?
And they fill that for me. And it's so fulfilling.
Do you see the problem in education? I was in education for 2 years, so I feel like I'm in a higher level too. I want to tell you that there is a serious problem inside of our education. These people actually think that they're their kids, actually think that they're responsible for them. No, sweetheart, I need you to teach my son and my buddies' children how to read and write. That's it. I don't care about your politics. You have a job and you're supposed to teach them how to read and write. I have a job. I don't go into psychology around people that I do and try to convince them they're something they're not. These women are insufferable.
It's so rewarding. And I know that what people see right now, I don't look like that person, but I truly would do anything to help any child and any family in need.
Just because you won doesn't mean we don't remember who the
That's right. We remember who you are. We, as you guys keep score, we're keeping score too. We don't want you in our society. We think that you're a mental patient and you will hurt our children. Absolutely. And we don't want you anymore. We just don't want you. I'm going to show you a video right now. I'm going to pull it up. And you want to talk about a definition of being insufferable? Like insufferable. These are the Lululemon mommies. And I want you to watch this woman, attractive, one of the very few attractive bodies of a Karen. She's protecting a guy, an illegal alien, that would bend her over and rape her into submission and laugh at her. But I want you to listen to her screechy voice sweetheart, just go drink your kale shake and leave us all alone.
Don't fucking push me. You're taking him before I can take a phone number from him?
Listen to how entitled she is. She's in a man's world. This is, you want to know, okay, I'm going to tell you right in this video. I'm going to play it because I'm just going to let it go because I'll stop it every 5 seconds because she's so impossible to listen to. This is the woman. She's an example of everything wrong in America. No one wants to date her. No one wants to marry her. No one wants to procreate with her. Nobody wants to be around her. She's insufferable. And she's so grotesquely stupid and self-righteous. Maybe that's the hardest thing to deal with these Karens, is they're so stupid and yet they're so self-righteous. They are so correct. She knows better than these ICE officers, these Border Patrol agents. Could you hate this woman enough?
You need to stop.
You need to stop kidnapping people off the fucking street.
100%.
You just dragged him away when I'm trying to call his family for
We're
him.
making an arrest. You need to stay
Show
back
me your
from the
arrest
road.
warrant then. Show me your arrest
I
warrant.
don't need to show you
Yeah,
anything.
because you're a
not,
liar.
You're not an interested party. You have no right to see that.
Stop!
So-
You guys are kidnapping people off the fucking street.
We good?
Yeah, because what? Because someone came over to help them. You have to rush and get them in the fucking car.
You're being obnoxious and a lady.
Not being obstructive. You're being obnoxious.
This is 100%. 100%.
You guys have no conscience.
Yep.
Now the lady with the hat, that's the stereotypical Karen.
If you're doing something right, take your mask off then. Yeah, you're cowards.
And unmarked cars.
Don't come at it. I was trying to help them and you have to hurry up and get out of here? F you. Watch out, watch out.
Are these more people in unmarked cars? Yep. Yep. Just trying to like run. Just trying to run us over.
They're insufferable. I can't even finish it. That's in Encinitas, California, right where I used to live. Oh, I'm very aware of these women. These women, they live in an alternative universe. They are the problem. I don't care how that sounds. I don't care, sexist, whatever. You know what's amazing? I'm just going to tell you, you know what's amazing is there's a large segment of women that absolutely agree with me. Like unbelievable, shocking almost. I'll have these discussions with just strangers. We'll be sitting there waiting my car to get fixed, oil change, whatever. I'm just sitting at the airport. Somebody will chat me up and we'll start talking. I'll just throw it out there, especially a woman. Hey, let me tell you about what I think. Can you tell me how you feel as a woman? And I just lay it out. And you know what? I'm shocked. I really am. They're like, yep, you're right. The problem in America is the women. The women are mental patients and propagandized, and they have brutalized their bodies, and they're childless, and they're miserable. Whoa. I just came off an interview right before I came on to do my show, and I laid it out. I said, this is what I believe is a female named Samantha, wonderful lady, Christian woman, children, believes in submitting to her husband. Her husband's going to protect her. They're going to build a family together, which they have. I laid it all out, and she said, 100% agree with everything you just said. Okay. There's no pushback. There is complete understanding that these people are insane. Here's another insane person. Let's listen to her talk about how and why she needs to leave America, and all women need to follow her.
It is a very sad day in America when you are planning you and your family's exit strategy. And that is what we are doing. And I encourage you to do it too. Even if you don't think you need to be prepared. You need to have all your documents. You need to have your passports for you, for your spouse, for your kids. You just need to have it. There's evidence that they are trying to make a law to where we can't even get passports. So you need to do it now. I never thought we would be here, and it makes me sad to have that plan, but
Is there a more ignorant person than this lady right here? This young girl. They're making a law so you can't get passports. I haven't heard that. Wow, that's fascinating. You got a large forehead too, sweetheart. Work on that. Get some bangs or something. We've had it. We don't want anything to do with these people anymore. Nothing. I want nothing to do with them. Don't even care. Don't even care how they feel about anything. Nobody cares. We don't care about you Karens anymore. You're worthless to us. And just to top it off, just to drive the point home, is I need to show. I gotta pull this picture up. I gotta show you this thing. And it is a thing. Why are they always wearing big glasses? Why do they always have a nose ring? Why are their teeth always like yellow? Why are they unattractive? Has anybody ever asked that? I mean, we had the decent looking Lululemon mom, but she didn't have that great a body. She stuffed her kind of flabby body into a Lululemon pantsuit, right? It's somewhat attractive, somewhat okay. But mainly, almost always, they're grotesque, like physically grotesque. There's nothing more attractive to a man than a bull nose ring. They love it. We love it. Get more of it.
Hey, so they're going to kill us anyway, so I think maybe we should just mob them. I mean, I don't... If you comply, they're going to shoot you. If you try to leave, they're going to shoot you. If you're already on the ground, they're going to unload into you even though you're already dead in broad daylight. They are executing people in the streets. And there will be justification. The government is going to try to justify this somehow. What are we supposed to do? Like, and all those agents will just be spirited away and not face any consequences? Like, this is absolutely insane. We have to do something. Like, we have to, as bystanders, mob them. Like, that. Like, full American Revolution, like, hiding in trees. I don't know. What the fuck?
You're right, sweetie. What the fuck? What the fuck? They're the problem. I heard a great take on this the other day. They said these women have gone through their whole life making themselves grotesquely ugly. No man will have them. They're childless. They've killed their babies. And now they're 40, 50s, and 60s, and they have no one. And they need to, their motherly instinct is there. It's real. It's real. And they need to nurture something. So what do? They nurture illegal aliens. You killed your children. You put nose rings in. You wear glasses that are 50 size too big. You don't even try to put makeup on. You're wearing a hoodie, for God's sake. Of course you have no one. Of course you have to go and protect a Somali named Abu Jabu Mohammed. And he has 3 wives. Oh, that doesn't bother you? He puts his women in burqas. That doesn't bother you as a feminist? These people are grotesque. God, they're grotesque. I got one of the new guys not new guys, well, someone I found. I really like him. Like, when I tell you I really like Andrew Branca, like I really like him. I like this guy too. I'm going to show you here in a second. I really, really like this guy. But before, I want you to please support the companies that support me. And that's mypillow.com. MyPillow.com. You can use my promo code JJ. You're going to save a ton. Again, everything that I promote, I use. I get sat phones. My son has a bulletproof backpack. I use Patriot Made. And I use my pillow. We have, and I'm almost incredulous how many pillows we have. Small, medium, large, firm, soft, massive body pillows, sheets, towels, slippers, robes. It's like I have the whole catalog here in my house. So go to mypillow.com. Why do I want my pillow? 1, it's made in America by Americans. 2, Mike Lindell is a patriot, period. 3, if I had one more, and it's very important to me, the product has to be amazing. And it is. Go to mypillow.com, mypillow.com, promo code JJ. Now I'm going to show you this gentleman, Mr. Kramer. I really like his takes. And this one is about what are all these Karens protesting? Let's listen to what he says.
Have you seen the protest? What are these idiots protesting? The people in the streets are protesting that the law is being enforced. That's what the people are protesting. They're protesting that the laws are being enforced. You get that? It's not the illegals in the streets protesting. No, they're nowhere to be seen. These protests are so fucking white, it ain't funny. It's old fucking white people and lonely fucking women. It's not the people that are being told, hey, listen, you've been here too long. You've been here illegally. It's time for you to go home. It's not them. It's Americans. I think our founding fathers called those enemies, both foreign and domestic. Yeah, I think that's how it went. What do you think? You're watching.
Spot on. What are they? Enemy. He's right. Who's protesting? I don't see Somalians out there. Well, I know they're gathering up their millions of dollars and shipping it over to Somaliland or whatever the hell they're doing. I don't see a bunch of Hispanics running around. I don't see a bunch of Africans doing the Houthi dance, saying they're not going to go back. I don't see a bunch of Venezuelans and Haitians. No, you know what I see? I see a bunch of white people protesting so that they can be raped, murdered, have their children sex trafficked, and then obviously have all their money stolen. It's all white people. It's all white people. Minnesota it's not an anomaly. Minnesota is exactly what's happening in America. We have a mental illness problem in America. It's almost like it's a cancer. What's happened to America? What's happened to America is that we have been propagandized that women shouldn't have children. They don't need to be married. And then we have this rise of the mental patient Karens. We're taught that diversity is a strength, that all cultures are the same. Let's bring them all in. Isn't it amazing that all the elites don't live amongst a bunch of diversity? They live in all white neighborhoods. Isn't that amazing? I wonder why. Maybe they know something we don't know. America has become this because we have become fat, lazy, and impotent. We've allowed the weakest among us to be the leaders. AOC, Jalapal. God, I can just go on and on and on. Mitch McConnell. Dear God. Joe Biden, Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer. They're horrific people. They've stolen from us. We've elected the dumbest people in our society. We've elected the most morally bankrupt people in our society. And because they're dumb and because they're incompetent, the rest of the world, the rest of the people that are sucking us dry, use them as puppets. When are we going to wake up and take our country back?